Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Miss Pam, better known as Miss 58. If you guys are interested in knowing how I achieved this look, I would love it if you guys stuck around and hung out with me for the video. Now, for anybody that is new stopping by, I want to extend a welcome to you guys. And those of you that have been here before and are reoccurring, I want to say welcome back. So, without further ado, and rambling on about this video, I do want to add though, I'm working with the eyeshadow by Huda Beauty, and this is the first time I ever worked with this palette. This was a package I received in one of my BoxyCharm boxes. And so I decided, okay, I love the colors in it, and this is the one called Ruby Obsessions. So I wanted to play with these colors a little bit. But if you want to know my final thoughts on this eyeshadow palette, please feel free to hang around to the end of the video. So once again, I appreciate you guys. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this tutorial. Okay guys, I'm back. Let's go ahead and get into this tutorial. As you guys can see, my face is pretty dry, so I haven't done anything to it, of course, just yet. So I'm going to go in with a couple of items that I use to moisturize my face. I'll get a little dry areas, small dry patches around the lower jaw and around the mouth area. So, but before I go in to do anything, the first product I'm applying for moisture would be um, an old product. It's been out for some years, but it does work pretty well for my skin anyway. And it's the bio oil. So I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of this and add this to my face. And you don't need much, just a few little drops go a long way. And I'm rubbing it in because I really want it to sink into my pores. Us old chicks out here, honey, a lot of moisture go a long way. So the next thing I'm gonna go in with is another moisture, and this is a filler, a moisture filler, and it's by Loreal, and it's their Collagen uh, moisturizer. This is really good as well. So I apply a little bit of this over top of the bio oil, and again, you don't need much. Actually, I poured out entirely too much, and you want to make sure you really get up under the eye area. And just like the rest of the face, you really want to make sure the under eye area is good moisturized. Ain't nothing worse than having dry skin up under the eye. And for a mature chick like myself with mature skin, the worst thing I could have is dry under eye area. And I'm applying my makeup products, and it's going to leave my under eye area even more drier and start creasing and cracking. I don't recommend anyone trying that or skipping the step to moisturize their face or their skin in general. Now that I'm done with the moisturizing part of the video, I'm going to go in and take care of these brows. And so I will be right back. Now, as you can tell, of course, the brows are done. I do have a brow tutorial. And make sure you guys, check it out. Because, these are just some simple everyday brows. And I did do a video on that already because I have gotten a question about it before. So, as I said previously, I'm not going to be going out anywhere. So, there's no need to go in with no full primer to prime my face. But what I am going to do is go in with another product that's been out for quite some time, and that's the Calamine Lotion. Okay, and what I do is I use this up under the eye area a little bit because since it's just like a salmony peach color, um, it helps to cancel out any hyperpigmentation that I have without going in doing any color correcting. So this little trick here works wonders. And I take just a small flat blending brush and I just apply this just as you see me doing here. I don't go too close up under the eye, but just close enough. And I'll let that, sitting dry, which only takes literally just a few minutes for it to do so. And just tapping it into place. I'm not swiping or smearing it by any means, but it definitely helps to reduce, like I said, the hyperpigmentation I have under my eyes, without, like, again, doing any major color correcting. So just one little step shortened that I have to worry about. I just apply a little Calamine lotion there and the rest of my products underneath it, and it'll be just fine. Okay, so while that is drying, what I'm going to do is go in with a concealer, a lighter concealer, lighter than the one I used to define my brows. Now, the one I'm going to prep my eyelids for, this is in the shade Medium Dark 32, and this is by ColourPop. Okay, you could tell that I'm hoping that you can anyway tell a difference between the shades of color. One is just a tad bit lighter than the other. I try not to go extremely too light on the eyes. So that's the reason why. So I'm going to take a little bit of this and I'm just going to apply this on the eyelid. Now after I blend this out, of course, I'm going to go in and set this eyelid. While I'm setting the eyelid, I'm making sure I set under the brow bone from where I had already defined my brow. Okay, now that our eyes are prepped and ready, I'm going to go in with an eyeshadow palette that I not had the opportunity to use until now. Okay, and the colors are gorgeous, as you can tell. I do have a small mirror here, but I'm going to turn it around so you can see the colors, and I'm sure you all have seen it. You can tell I have never used it. This will be a first for me. Um, so I'm going to go in with this palette and just create a simple eye look. So I'm going to go in with a random blending brush. And I think I'm going to go in and use this shade here in the corner as my transition shade. It's very pigmented. Like I said, this is the first for me for using, there's a lot on that brush, Huda Beauty's products. So I'm definitely eager to try their foundation and everything. I just haven't had the opportunity to do so yet, but that's coming soon. So anyway, I'm going to take a light hand and I'm barely touching my skin and I can see that color. And I'm going to lightly, in circular motions, back and forth, blend this into my transition area. I was kind of skeptical, to be honest with you guys, because I'm a neutral, anything neutral. I do like a little color, and I can use that as neutral shades as well, long as nothing is done too over the top. Okay, so and I like, even though I don't do much to the face, for the foundation and the other little techniques that I use to get my face looking presentable, I focus more on my eyes because I let my eyes be the statement piece. So I'm going to go in with a deeper shade just to define the crease line just a little bit. So I'm going to go into this darker burgundy shade here. And I'm going to use this into the crease itself. And I'm not going all the way in, just barely, halfway. Like I said, just to define it a little bit. And then I'm going to take a clean blending brush and I'm going to blend that in. As you can see, I'm deepening up the crease a little bit. I think that's what the words was I was trying to say. Now, what I'm gonna do to my eyelid is I love this pretty got a few shimmer shades in here, but this color here looks more like a gold bronzy looking shade. Excuse me, right in the corner at the top right here, and I'm gonna take my finger and I'm gonna put that all over the eyelid. That's not coming off like I wanted to. So what I'm gonna do is go in with a flat brush, another flat shader brush, and here's one by Crown Brushes. Okay, so I'm gonna dampen my brush a little bit, see if we can get some pigmentation with the shimmer, because the matte shades in this palette so far has been good. Okay, I'm gonna go in back in with the brush I used to define that crease, to deepen that crease color with. And I'm gonna smooth that out just a little bit. Okay, that looks good. Okay, guys, now that both eyes have got the color on them, I'm gonna go in and go ahead and prep some lashes. I have used a few times, but they're still in good standing, so I'm gonna use them again today. And they just your random. These are by Salon Perfect that you can get at Walmart. So I love these lashes. I really do. The 614s or the 615s, either or. I tend to cut them down from the outer edge because my eyes are small and hooded. And I like these lashes because they're more of a flared, natural look. And I don't like lashes that's going to leave my eyelids looking weighed down. That's the reason why I don't prefer the heavy lashes. Wearing heavy eyelashes is not the look for a mature eye. Um, Not only a mature eye, it's not the look for a hooded eye. Because to me, my personal opinion, it would just make the eye area, since it's already hooded, when you're wearing heavy lashes, it'll just make the eye appear to look heavily weighed down even more. So while my lashes are getting tacky, I'm gonna go in with some mascara, and this is by Lily Lashes here. I think I got this too out of my BoxyCharm box. This is not a BoxyCharm video here. It just happened to be some things that I happen to be using that I received in my fill my random boxes over the last few months. So I'm just gonna go in and prep my upper eyelashes. Give it a few seconds before we go ahead and apply our lashes. And while I do that, I'm shaking up my foundation. Okay, I'm going in with two different colors, and they both are by L'Oreal True Match. And one is neutral, and the other is warm. So you could tell one is too dark and one is too light, but the mixture together gives me the perfect shade. So I'm gonna be going in with just a little bit of this as my foundation color. And so before I apply that, let's go ahead and apply these lashes. Okay, I always like to apply my lashes by hand. For me, it works every time. And once I get them applied, I squeeze my natural lashes with my falsies here, just so they both look well blended. So we're going to go ahead and apply the other. And I try to always get them close to the lash line as possible. Okay, lashes are on. And I do that because I very, very seldom wear eyeliner. And I like my lashes to look as natural as possible without any extra liner or pencil that's on the lash line. I don't want that. I want my lashes to look like they're coming right out of my lash line. And that's the reason why. Because as I say again, I have hooded eyes. So the less product I use on my upper eyelid, the better for me. Okay, so the lashes are on. Now, let's go ahead and get into this foundation. Let's mix this foundation. And I use very little of each. Let's go ahead and put the tops back on these things because the last thing Miss Pam needs, honey, is a nasty spill of foundations all over the place. Okay, not good at all. So I'm going to mix these up on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to go ahead and apply. Okay, right where you see the white patches where I had applied that Calamine lotion is there. And it's just where it needs to be. Okay, now let's take old trusted Sonia Kashuk sponge here and get this foundation blended into the face. And already, as I said, it comes out being the perfect shade. I had I had shampooed my hair while in the shower this morning. That's the reason why it's molded. Um, my haircut, of course, I have a pixie cut, and it never takes long for my hair to dry because it's naturally thin. Um, I'm just undecided if I want to leave it wrapped or do I want to do any curling to it. For the most part, right now, honey, it looked like leaving it wrapped might be the thing today. Now, as you saw when I was applying this foundation, I was tapping it into place. As you see me doing here, I'm under the eye, but not direct. I try not to go in too close to the under eye because, again, I will be applying other products like a concealer and setting powder. And the less product I have under the eye, the less I have to worry about any creasing. So that's the whole purpose on why I do that. And just that little bit of calamine lotion trick I showed you guys, it did wonders for canceling out most of the hyperpigmentation. So it was one less step I had to worry about doing with any color correcting. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is go in with some concealer. Okay, and I'm going in with the same two concealers I showed you guys earlier. And I'm going in with the e.l.f. one first because it's the one that's the shade darkest. And I'm going to apply that in the same place I applied the calamine lotion. And I'm going to go just burly in the bridge area and on the chin. Okay, now I'm going to go over those same areas with the lighter shade of concealer, but just a touch of it. I don't want the under eye too bright, so that means I'm using even less of the lighter shade. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this concealer blended out. Now up under the eye, I tend to tap this into place, my concealer, and I'm using light tapping motions as I move more closer up under the eye. I'm going to blend that out around the edges of that concealer. I do apologize, it's habit that I'm looking down. And I need to raise my head up a bit so you guys can see. Now I'm going to go ahead and set under the eye. And I use a very low setting powder here. And it's the setting powder is by Sasha Buttercup, as a matter of fact. Just in case I forget to tell you guys. But nevertheless, I will make sure everything that I use is in the description box below. So let's get this chin area and the bridge of my nose. where I have applied that concealer. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is go in with some face powder. And this is the Milani Warm 109. And I'm going to go down the bridge of my nose to define it just a little bit because I never go overboard with defining my nose. I just preferably want it to look like there is a structure there, if it makes any sense, without looking too hard. So, and I only go down, like I said, both sides of the bridge area with this powder. And I'll try to blend that into the brow area, as you see me doing here. Okay, so then I'm going to go in with a little blending brush and blend that out. And just like that, the nose is just perfect and without looking too overly done. Okay, now I'm going to take this same Milani face powder and I'm going to lightly dust this over the entire face to kind of set the foundation, if you will. And this is a brush by Baddington. It's a nice little fluffy face brush. And I'm just going to lightly go over the face with this. I don't do much bronzing. I fool with it from time to time, but it's not something that I use every time I want to make my face up. I keep, like I said, I keep it fairly simple, and I let my eyes be the statement piece of the entire face look. Because by keeping my face simple, that works for me. Like I said, I don't want my face to look like it's overly done. I just want the eyes to stand out because when the eyes stand out, they draw attention within itself. And that's all I wanted, the look for. It's just for the eye look. Um, so keep the face and the lips real simple. The last thing to do now is go in with a neutral shade on my lips. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is define my lips, and that's with a random brow pencil that I get from my local beauty supply store here. So I'm going to go ahead and define my lips, and I kind of shaded my lips in a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to go in finally with this neutral shade called Burn Nude, and it's by Ruby Kisses. And I'm just going to add a little of this just to the center. Okay, she's done. I didn't want to go in with any gloss of any kind because I love a natural matte look, matte lip, excuse me. So now that that's done, now let's go ahead and set this face. I'm going in with this Maracuja Miracle Mist by Tarte. Some good stuff, I'm telling you. This is really good because the mist is extremely fine. And that's good because it don't leave spots, wet spots and stuff all over your face. Especially after you don't work so hard to make it look so pretty. Okay, so let's go ahead and set the face. And I have to tell you guys, I am definitely satisfied with the outcome of this look. Keeping it simple. And as I said, I'm not going to bother with curling my hair today. I'm just going to leave it in this molded stage. And who knows, on the next video, it may be curled. But with that being said, guys, this will be the end of this tutorial. My thoughts on this Huda Beauty palette here, the Ruby Obsessions Red palette. I do like it. What I have to work with, though, a little bit more will be the shimmers. But as far as the matte shades is definitely right where they need to be as far as pigmentation is concerned. I will be using it, many times again because, like I said, I do like it. Now, as I said earlier in the video, I do have a brow tutorial on how I keep my brows cleaned up in 3 easy steps. So please feel free to check that out. Again, I will leave everything in the description box below that I used today. So if you guys like this look, please give it a thumbs up. Miss Pam would greatly appreciate it. And I look forward to posting another video coming up soon for you guys. I do have an Instagram page, and that's Miss 58. So don't hesitate to go over there and give Miss Pam a shout out over there as well. I appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and don't become a stranger. Um, so we can look forward to many more good times together, okay, while we sit and play and make up through this crazy weather we all are experiencing right now. So with that being said, you guys stay blessed, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.